local sports leader. This is Tourney 2019, brought to you by Height Ford, Sebastopol Valley Federal Credit Union, and A.E. Robinson Oil Company.
It is the most wonderful time of the year. Felt like Christmas for Maine sports fans today.
That is right. It is the first day of Tourney 2019. It is here, and we have you covered with all your tournament action from around the state. Oh, welcome back. Let's head back down to 95 to the Augusta Civic Center. It was the A North Boys semifinals tonight, and here is the landscape for that. You see we got Coney, number 1 seed, taking on number 4 Lawrence. Not a surprise there. And on the bottom there, a couple of surprises. Number 6 Brewer and number 7 Skowhegan. We're going to start with that game. Skowhegan trying to make it 2 teams competing for the Class A North title. Boys facing Brewer here. Second half, Jimmy Reed brings it up for Skowhegan. He dishes it off to Chase Carey in the lane. He's good for 2 there. Indians up 36-28. Now Brewer tried to mount a comeback in the third quarter. Aaron Newcomb right here. He slips it to Cam Monroe. They pulled. Still within 8, though. It was a little bit closer, but Skowhegan just way too strong. Levi Obert, the freshman, he tries the 3. Matush Prokop, he gets the board and the putback win. Indians, both teams and both Christophers make the final 58-46. Carter Hunt had 17 points. Here's Marcus Christopher after the game.
We just made enough plays to win today, and really happy for us. Senior year getting to the Northern Maine final.
Central Aroostook, they had Stearns, 4-5 PVHS Narraguagas, Madawaska, Callis in the bottom half, as well as Dexter and Fort Fairfield. We're going to start with PVHS and Narraguagas. Pink shorts.
Oh, wow.
We're out in Bangor this afternoon. The PVHS boys rooting on the girls. They had Narraguagas. Third quarter, Howlers up 11 at the buzzer. Lexi Ireland, she's pumped up, but she would have to watch the rest from the bench. She fouled out, and that opened the game for Guagas. Lady Knights mount a comeback, Anna Strout and 1, and then it's Kylie Joyce. The lead got down to 4 with a minute left, but Emily St. Cyr stepping up big, the sophomore. Gets her own rebound, puts it in. PVHS barely hangs on, 45-42. Here is St. Cyr after the game.
When Lexi came out, I was definitely nervous because I knew I had to step up as a sophomore. We just are always working hard, and I knew that I was pretty confident going into it.
It wasn't pretty, and it had plenty of imperfections, but the old barn on Dutton Street held a special place in the hearts of Mainers.
The Bangor Auditorium, the enthusiasm it brought is unbelievable.
In a state devoid of pro sports, what Madison Square Garden is to New York, the Bangor Auditorium was to Maine for over half a century.
The crowd, we could barely hear our coaches talk, and we were just so pumped up, ready to go. I haven't had an experience since like that.
From the county to down east, central Maine, and Bangor, communities of all sizes flocked to watch. If you were lucky, you may have even gotten to see a little slice of history, too.
We played the very last game in the state championship against Booth Bay. We get done at 9:30, 10 o'clock. The lights were turned off, and that was the last time a ball bounced in that edifice.
The Class B boys bracket was the next up. Herman, the number 1 team, they have not lost in 2 years. Number 2, Caribou, looking for their first win in a regional title game in a long time. Let's go right to it there. Number 1, Herman, putting its 42-game win streak on the line against number 2, Caribou. Herman got on the board first. Cody paused to Isaac Barney. Splash from 3. Herman led 3-0 there. Later in the first, Austin Finland drives baseline, and he gets the layup to go. Caribou ties it up at 5. We're going to fast forward up to the 4th now. That's when things got interesting. Tied at 33. Parker Dupre from the corner. He gets it to go. Caribou jumps ahead 36-33. Herman, student section 8, waiting anxiously. Hawks were down 5 with 30 seconds left. Pass swung out to Cody Hawes. Step back 3 is good. The lead is just 2 for Caribou with 12 seconds left. Caribou would tack on a free throw. Last chance for Herman, though, and he comes up way short. Caribou does it, ends Herman's streak 42-1, knocking off the defending Class B state champs 43-40. So the Vikings pillage the Hawks for their first regional championship since 1989. There you see the score, 43-40. Back to the Class B North Championship game. It was a fantastic finish to what has easily been one of the best games of the year. And Caribou will now look to end a long drought next weekend in the state championship game. Andrew Badillo has more.
Before the opening tip, You got the feeling we were going to be in for a treat.
I've never heard this place this loud, and I felt honored to play here.
Caribou punched first. Herman countered. It all built up to the final few minutes.
I was super nervous. As soon as Haas made that three, I thought about Ellsworth a couple years ago against the old Caribou team.
It came down to one shot, and we had it in our best player's hands, and he took a good shot, and it just didn't go our way.
It's been decades since Caribou boys basketball brought a gold ball back to the county. As a matter of fact, it's been just over half a century since this guy, Mike Thurston, right up here, did it back in 1968.
Yeah, you know, it's definitely nice. The whole year we've been taking game by game, and our goal is the state championship, and now we made it there.
It looked and sounded like the entire county showed up at the Cross Center, a group that will travel 2 hours south to Portland next weekend to watch the Vikings chase history.
It's amazing. We've had so many coaches throughout in elementary school, middle school, and high school who've helped us get here. Non-stop support from the community, and it's amazing to see.
In Bangor, Andrew Badillo for ABC 7 and Fox 22.